What's going on, everybody? This is your WOF Outlook and discussion for January 12th, 2023. Okay, everyone. The Storm Prediction Center has upgraded the severe threat to an enhanced risk for the southeast United States, mainly for parts of Alabama and Georgia, with a slight risk and marginal risk encompassing the rest of the area. And all severe modes will be possible today in this area. So if you stay in the southeast United States, particularly Alabama and Georgia, please be on the lookout for some strong damaging winds, hail, and an intense tornado or two is not out of the question. As you can see, the tornado threat, let me go back. As you can see, the tornado threat, there is a 10% for parts of Alabama and Georgia, a 5% for the remaining parts of those states, sneaking into parts of eastern Mississippi, southern Tennessee, and parts of western Carolina, and just a marginal 2% risk for the outer lying areas from those other areas. As we go into the wind forecast, you can see the wind is going to be the greatest threat in Alabama and Georgia with a 30% chance, and hail a 15% chance, mainly in parts of Alabama, Tennessee, and into parts of Kentucky and Mississippi. So, as we go ahead, there's also a tornado watch that the Storm Prediction Center has issued for parts of Mississippi and Alabama. And this tornado watch goes into effect until 1 p.m. And the primary threat will be a few tornadoes likely with a couple intense tornadoes possible. Scattered damaging winds likely with isolated significant gusts to 75 miles per hour possible. And scattered large hail events to 1.5 inch in diameter is also possible. So within this watch box, which goes from southern Mississippi into Alabama, please be on the lookout for intense thunderstorms over the next several hours into the early afternoon. And now, as we go and take a look at the water vapor imagery real quick, you can see the system is actually coming across. You can see a little piece of energy coming across Oklahoma into Arkansas. And you can see the strongest support is right there in central Mississippi, right here where I'm circling the mouse at right here in central Mississippi. This threat should continue to move east during the day across Alabama and into Georgia for the main threat, which is where the intense tornadoes could happen and occur at. A damaging wind gust or two down south, trailing towards southeast Louisiana, is not out of the question as well. But the primary threat of severe weather is going to stay to our north and east here in southeast Louisiana. And if we take a look quickly at the RGEM model to see about the timing of these storms, this could be roughly about 10 a.m. You see the storms are still to our west here in southeast Louisiana, but we will have some ongoing showers and storms out ahead of the front through this morning. And as we go through the noon hour, you can see the intense storms are well to our north across Mississippi, Alabama. That's where the ongoing threat for tornadoes are going to be at. And here in southeast Louisiana, we'll probably see a strong damaging wind gust or two. And as we get into the early evening hours, all of this starts to move out. We start to clear out here in southeast Louisiana, and the cool air starts to rush in. And you can see the severe threat shifts into parts of the Carolinas and eastern Georgia. And as we take a look at these temperatures behind this system, this will be valid for 6 a.m. Friday morning. You can see we are in the 40s here in southeast Louisiana. But the whole southeast region, you can see this cold air mass coming in behind this system. And as we move into Saturday, overnight Friday into Saturday, you can see there's possibly a light freeze for the North Shore and even possible some upper 30s in parts of the river parishes. But for the most part here in New Orleans, we should stay in the 40s here south of Lake Pontchartrain. And this goes into Saturday morning. As you can see, that light freeze could extend down as far as Ocean Springs, Mississippi, along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. As we head into Sunday morning, you can see still possibly a light freeze for the North Shore, but for the most part, they should stay above freezing, and there'll be 40s here along the South Shore. And Sunday afternoon, we will be starting our warm up back into the 60s. So that'll be it for this video, you guys. Please have your sweaters and jackets ready for the end of this week, first half of the weekend. The second half of the weekend here, we will be starting our warm up, and I'm sure it'll be almost right back to summertime by the middle of next week. So thank you for watching, you guys, and I will talk to you in the next video.